My impression of Mind-Eye is life-changing, it's transformative, and I really believe it's thanks to the glasses that she received at Mind-Eye, how they've changed her depth perception, how they have enabled her to function and enjoy life so much more. And I cannot say thank you enough. I just can't. It's miraculous in my mind. Stacy's problems started at birth. We had traumatic birth episode. She was without oxygen for several minutes, and that resulted in cerebral palsy and epilepsy, and they didn't know what else. We were in NICU for 12 days. At first they told us she's not going to live the hour. Then they told us she won't live the day. Then she won't live the next day, but she kept living. She won't live the week, but then they moved us out of isolation into the regular population of NICU. And by that time, they're like, well, okay, maybe she'll live, but you must be realistic. She'll probably never walk, and she'll probably never talk. And the NICU doctor was very clear, because she knows I'm a teacher, and you cannot expect anything from her academically. The lack of oxygen was too great. But her very next sentence was, but God is always welcome to intervene. For the very longest time, almost 2 years, we really thought that what the doctor had predicted was going to be true. But there was something that happened neurologically about the time she was 20 or 22 months. We have no idea what happened, but the windows flew open, the lights came on, the door opened, and the party started. She started walking just a couple of weeks before she started talking as well. And, you know, she did the whole drunk sailor thing, but she was up on her feet and she was going, and already she was proving the doctors wrong. Sensory processing, that was first and foremost. Temperature, light, wind, movement, a combination of everything. She was just a sensory nightmare, unable to integrate everything coming at her at one time. And so she lived her first year a great deal of the time in our dimmed living room, because she just, I mean, we had to go out sometimes, but it was always exhausting for us both, trying to keep her on an even keel and yet still be functional in life. Executive functioning, her ability to make decisions was impaired because her body is all wrapped up trying to keep her sane within the bubble that she lived in. And I didn't understand how the executive functioning was tied to sensory until we went to Mind-Eye. I'm a researcher. I've got to know, and I've got to know it all before I make a decision. So I went online and I started researching Mind-Eye, and I was so intrigued. And it was just interesting watching Dr. Adams hone down on the right prescription and the right color combinations. Just fascinating.
It took me a while to adjust to my first pair of Mind-Eye glasses. I would walk out in the walnut grove behind my house, go like vertically down, vertically back, pause, maybe go back inside, come out later, vertically down, vertically back. And I started improving. Soon I could go horizontally one row, back, horizontally, back. But eventually I got to the point where I no longer needed breaks from walking in the walnut grove.
That's when I started seeing her out in the grove, out in the tree grove, able to walk without being like that while she was walking. Like I said, at first she was, she was clearly trying to exercise her eyes and make it happen. And initially she would do that, and then come in after just a couple of minutes because her eyes hurt so badly from making herself do it. But she was gradually able to do more and more until one day I looked and she's down at the far end of the grove just walking upright and looking like she was actually enjoying herself.